Here, in the northern reaches of Europe, lies a kingdom of remarkable tranquility and profound natural splendor. Welcome to Sweden, one of the most peaceful, modern, and breathtakingly beautiful countries in the world. Its vast landscapes, stretching from the rolling hills of the south to the Arctic wilderness of the north, are home to a society that values harmony, innovation, and a deep, almost spiritual connection with the natural world. This is a land where ancient forests stand sentinel over crystal-clear lakes and where sleek, modern cities are designed not just for efficiency, but for human well-being. A place where the rhythm of life is dictated by the changing seasons, from the endless light of the summer sun to the ethereal dance of the aurora borealis in the winter darkness. Whether you are planning a trip to a place you've only dreamed of, contemplating a move to a new way of life, or are simply curious about the unique character of Scandinavian existence, this journey is for you. We will explore the very essence of what makes Sweden so special. We will walk through its bustling city streets and wander through its silent, snow-dusted forests. We will meet the people who call this land home and discover the traditions that have shaped their culture for centuries. This is not just a tour, it is an immersion into a world where progress and nature coexist in a delicate, inspiring balance. Prepare to be captivated by the quiet majesty of this extraordinary country. We will uncover the secrets of its design, the heart of its culture, and the soul of its wilderness. From the first welcoming glance at its pristine airports to the final lingering taste of its unique cuisine, this video will take you on a complete journey across Sweden. We will discover a nation that has mastered the art of living well, a model of peace and beauty that offers lessons for us all. So let us begin our exploration of this remarkable corner of our planet. Our journey, like that of so many visitors, begins here, at the threshold of the nation. Sweden's major international airports such as Stockholm, Arlanda, and Gothenburg Landvetter are more than mere transit hubs. They are the country's first handshake, and it is a firm, calm, and reassuring one. The immediate impression is one of order and light. Vast glass walls allow natural daylight to flood the terminals, illuminating the clean lines and natural materials of classic Scandinavian design. There is an absence of chaos, a quiet efficiency that soothes the weary traveler. It is a carefully orchestrated environment designed to welcome, not overwhelm. Here, every detail appears to have been considered with the passenger in mind. Multilingual signs guide you with effortless clarity, and the staff, calm and approachable, offer assistance with a genuine sense of helpfulness. The very architecture speaks of a societal philosophy. Wood, stone, and minimalist forms create a space that feels both modern and deeply connected to nature. It is a functional artistry, where the beauty is not in ornamentation, but in the elegant simplicity of its purpose. Even the air seems cleaner, the sounds more muted. This is the first taste of the Swedish way of life, a system designed for seamless, stress-free function. Within these gateways, the infrastructure is a marvel of modern convenience. Lounges offer quiet refuge, while immigration systems operate with a swiftness that is almost startling to those accustomed to long queues. From the moment of arrival, the connection to the next stage of your journey is made effortless. High-speed trains wait just below the terminal, ready to whisk you to the heart of the city. Taxis queue in an orderly fashion. There is a palpable sense of a society that works, a complex organism where every part moves in harmony. This first impression is a powerful one. It is a promise of the peace and order that lie ahead. From the airport, we descend into the circulatory system of the country, its remarkable rail network. The Swedish train system, SJ, is one of the great triumphs of European public transport. These high-speed trains are the iron veins that connect the major organs of the nation: Stockholm, Gothenburg, Malmö, and countless towns in between. To travel by train here is not merely to get from one place to another. It is to experience the landscape unfolding in smooth, silent comfort. The carriages glide through dense forests and alongside shimmering lakes, offering a panoramic theater of the Swedish countryside from the comfort of your seat. Inside the stations themselves, the philosophy of functional elegance continues. They are not grand, cavernous halls designed to intimidate, but rather human-scaled spaces designed for comfort and ease. Digital ticketing kiosks have replaced the long, winding queues of old and large, clear screens display departures and arrivals with unerring accuracy. Within these clean, well-lit spaces, you will find havens of quiet activity, cozy cafes serving freshly brewed coffee, well-stocked bookstores for the journey ahead, and comfortable waiting lounges where travelers can rest. Everything is meticulously maintained, a testament to a collective respect for public space. The experience is one of profound civility. The boarding process is orderly, without pushing or shouting. The carriages are clean, the seats are spacious, and the journey itself is often whisper quiet. It is a system built on trust and mutual respect. Passengers stow their luggage neatly, speak in hushed tones, and leave their spaces as they found them. This is more than just transportation. It is a reflection of a society that values punctuality, comfort, and a shared responsibility for creating a pleasant environment for everyone. It is in its own quiet way a deeply civilized experience. While trains connect the great cities, it is the humble bus that forms the intricate web of local life, reaching into every community, large or small. In Sweden, the bus system operates with the same quiet reliability that defines the nation's character. Whether you are navigating the sprawling urban landscape of a major city or traversing the quiet roads of a remote rural village, the buses are a constant, dependable presence. In the cities, they arrive with near-perfect punctuality, their movements tracked in real time on digital apps. Many are powered by renewable energy, silent electric vehicles gliding through the streets, a moving symbol of the country's commitment to sustainability. The bus terminals, much like the train stations, are models of safety and clarity. They are clean, well-marked, and designed to be accessible to all, with ramps for wheelchairs and strollers, and clear, simple signage. There is a sense of security here, even late at night. The spaces are well lit and monitored, part of a social contract that ensures public areas remain safe for everyone. This meticulous attention to detail extends to the vehicles themselves. Even in the most rural regions, the buses that connect isolated hamlets are well maintained, warm in the winter, and driven by professionals who often serve as a vital link for their small communities. This network is the lifeblood of local Sweden. It carries children to school, workers to their jobs, and pensioners to the market. It allows life to thrive far from the major arteries of the rail network, ensuring that no community is left isolated. To ride a local bus is to see a cross-section of Swedish society, students with their headphones, parents with their children, elderly couples on a day out. It is a shared, democratic space where people from all walks of life travel side by side, part of the quiet, rhythmic pulse of the nation's daily life. The act of shopping in Sweden reveals a fascinating duality in the national character, a seamless blend of the hyper-modern and the deeply traditional. On one hand, you have cathedrals of commerce like the Mall of Scandinavia. These vast, multi-level structures are not just places to buy things, they are complete entertainment ecosystems. Here, global brands sit alongside cutting-edge Swedish labels, their storefronts designed with the same minimalist aesthetic that, really defines the nation. The air is filled with the low hum of activity, yet it remains an experience of curated calm, a world away from the chaotic bazaars of other cultures. Within these gleaming malls, every need is anticipated. Food courts offer a culinary journey from around the world, sitting alongside restaurants that champion local Nordic cuisine. State-of-the-art movie theaters provide escapism, while comfortable seating areas invite shoppers to rest and observe. These are social spaces as much as commercial ones, designed for families to spend an entire day in climate-controlled comfort. They represent the modern, prosperous, and globalized face of Sweden, a society that enjoys the fruits of its success in clean, safe, and highly organized environments. Yet on the weekends, a different kind of commerce emerges, one that speaks to a much older, more earthbound tradition. In city squares and village centers, local farmers markets or saluhallar spring to life. Here, the atmosphere is entirely different. The focus shifts from global brands to the bounty of the local land. Stalls are laden with organic produce, freshly picked berries, artisanal cheeses, and handmade crafts. The air is rich with the smell of freshly baked bread and smoked fish. This is where you meet the producers, the people whose hands have grown the food or crafted the goods. It is a celebration of the local, the sustainable, and the authentic, a cherished ritual that keeps the modern Swede connected to the soil. Swedish cities are like amazing works of art, designed for people. They are like living things where history, nature, and new ideas all come together. Stockholm, the main city, is built on water. It has 14 islands connected by more than 50 bridges. Here, the old streets of Gamla Stan, with their bumpy stone paths and yellow-brown buildings, looks super different next to the shiny glass and metal buildings of the new city center. You can walk through hundreds of years of history in just one afternoon, but still feel calm because of all the water around you. Green areas aren't just an extra thing, they are a big part of the city. If you go west, to the coast, you'll find Gothenburg, a city with a different feel. It's known for being a big port, and the salty air gives it a more relaxed, tough vibe. Wide canals, like those in Holland, go through the city, and big streets have old-style buildings. Gothenburg's heart is its busy fish market, the Fiskekårka, where they really celebrate the fish caught that day. It's a city that feels connected to the sea, a way to get to the Bohuslän Islands, with a strong, independent personality and famous food that uses amazing seafood. Further south, connected to Denmark by the awesome Öresund Bridge, is Malmö. This is Sweden's most varied and forward-thinking city, a mix of different cultures and new, earth-friendly ideas. It used to be a big factory town, but Malmö has changed into a leader in green buildings and modern social ideas. The famous turning torso skyscraper twists up to the sky, showing how much the city has changed. Here, bikes are the main way to get around, parks are full of families from all over the world, and it feels young, energetic, and ready to try new things. Honestly, each city really shows a different part of what it means to be Swedish. To truly understand Sweden, one must leave the hum of the cities and venture into the vast, quiet landscapes of the countryside. Here, in the Landsbygden, life moves to a slower, more deliberate rhythm. The villages are pockets of profound peace, nestled amongst dense forests, alongside tranquil lakes, or in the middle of wide-open fields. The visual harmony is striking. Houses are often painted in a traditional Falu red, a color derived from the copper mines of Dalarna, with crisp white trim on the windows and doors. It is a timeless aesthetic that blends perfectly with the natural surroundings. Life here is lived in deep connection with the seasons and the land. In the summer, gardens overflow with vegetables and flowers, and the long daylight hours are spent outdoors. In the winter, the snow-dusted landscape imposes a beautiful silence, and life moves indoors, centered around the warmth of the hearth. Many homes have their own wood-fired saunas, a cherished ritual for health and socializing. This is a life of practical self-sufficiency, where people chop their own wood, preserve the summer's berries, and find contentment in simple, tangible tasks. The silence of the Swedish countryside is one of its most powerful features. It is not an empty silence, but one filled with the subtle sounds of nature, the rustle of leaves in the birch forest, the call of a distant loon across the water, the crunch of snow underfoot. It is a silence that allows for contemplation and a restoration of the spirit. This is the heart of the Swedish concept of allemansrätten, the right of public access, which allows everyone to roam freely through these lands. It fosters a shared sense of ownership and responsibility for the natural world, a core value that, really defines the nation's soul. Sweden's truest identity is written in its geography. This is a land shaped by ice and time, a domain of incredible natural beauty. Over 60% of the country is covered in forest, a seemingly endless expanse of pine, spruce, and birch. To walk into a Swedish forest is to enter a cathedral of nature. The light filters down through the high canopy, dappling the moss-covered floor. The air is clean and scented with pine. This is the ancient primal wilderness that has shaped the Swedish psyche, a place of myth and legend, but also a source of recreation, sustenance, and profound peace for the modern Swede. And where there are forests, there is water. Sweden is a land of lakes, more than 100,000 of them, a legacy of the last ice age. They range from small, hidden forest tarns to vast inland seas like Vänern and Vättern. These bodies of water are the nation's playground and its pantry. In summer, their mirror-like surfaces are dotted with kayaks, sailboats, and swimmers. Their shores are lined with small jetties and bathing spots. They are a source of fish, a means of transport, and a constant calming presence in the landscape. Each lake is a unique ecosystem, a world of its own, crystal clear and inviting. As one travels north, the landscape transforms again, rising into the majestic mountains of the Scandinavian range. This is Lapland, Europe's last great wilderness. Here the forests give way to open tundra and rugged peaks. In winter, this is a world of snow and ice, a premier destination for skiing, dog sledding, and chasing the ethereal glow of the northern lights. In summer, the midnight sun illuminates hiking trails that wind through stunning national parks like Sarek and Abisko. This is nature at its most raw and powerful, a humbling landscape that reminds us of our small place in the grand tapestry of the natural world. In a land with so many lakes and an extensive coastline, it is no surprise that swimming is woven into the very fabric of Swedish life. It is more than a sport or a leisure activity, it is a national pastime, a ritual of health and well-being that connects people to the natural elements. Public swimming pools, or badhus, are found in nearly every town. They are impeccably clean, affordable, and often feature not just pools for laps but also saunas, steam rooms, and hot tubs. They are community hubs, places where people of all ages gather for exercise, relaxation, and social connection, especially during the long, dark winters. When the warmer months arrive and the ice recedes, the entire country seems to gravitate towards the water's edge. The culture of outdoor swimming is cherished. Families flock to designated bathing spots, or badplatser, on lake shores and sea coasts, equipped with jetties, diving platforms, and changing rooms. The Allemansratten ensures that people have the right to swim in most lakes and rivers, fostering a sense of freedom and a personal relationship with the countless bodies of water. The act of plunging into the cool, clean water on a long summer evening is a quintessential Swedish experience. This deep connection to water reaches its most extreme and invigorating expression in the practice of winter bathing. All across the country, brave souls cut holes in the ice of frozen lakes and seas to take a quick, shocking dip in the frigid water. This is almost always followed by a retreat to a blazing hot sauna. Far from being a mere novelty, this is seen as a powerful tonic for both body and mind, a way to feel intensely alive and connected to the raw power of the seasons. It is a perfect example of the healthy, active, and slightly hardy lifestyle that so many Swedes embrace with passion. The Swedish approach to hospitality mirrors its design philosophy. There is an option for every taste, but a common thread of quality, cleanliness, and connection to the environment runs through them all. In the cities, you can find 5-star luxury hotels that offer impeccable service and breathtaking views, their interiors often showcasing the best of contemporary Scandinavian design. Yet, even at the highest end of the market, there is a certain understated elegance, a rejection of ostentatious display in favor of comfort, quality materials, and a sense of calm. For those seeking a closer connection with nature, the rise of the eco-lodge and unique, sustainable accommodations is a defining feature of modern Swedish tourism. These are places built with a deep respect for their surroundings. You can sleep in a treehouse suspended high in the forest canopy, a glass igloo with a view of the northern lights, or a cabin made from locally sourced timber. These lodges are designed to have a minimal environmental footprint, using renewable energy, practicing meticulous recycling, and serving locally sourced organic food. They offer a form of luxury that is defined not by opulence, but by authenticity and harmony with the natural world. Perhaps the most iconic and adventurous of these unique experiences is the world-famous Icehotel in Jukkasjärvi, deep inside the Arctic Circle. Each year, this ephemeral masterpiece is built anew from the ice of the Torn River, with artists from around the world invited to carve its spectacular rooms and sculptures. To sleep here, on a bed of ice covered in reindeer skins, is an unforgettable encounter with the beauty and impermanence of nature. From these extraordinary structures to the clean, friendly, and well-run hostels found across the country, Sweden offers a sanctuary of rest for every kind of traveler, ensuring a comfortable and memorable stay. Swedish food, or husmanskost, is, a direct picture of the land and the changing seasons. It's a food culture built on simple, good ingredients, with a real focus on ways to save food that came from those long, tough winters. The tastes are clean, real, and honestly very satisfying. Common foods include fish, especially herring and salmon, which are often pickled, smoked, or cured. Potatoes are always there, served boiled, mashed, or roasted. Wild berries, especially the sour and bright lingonberry, are used to make sauces and jams that cut through the richness of many dishes, making a perfect balance of taste. The most famous Swedish dish is, of course, the meatball, köttbullar. But a real Swedish meatball served with gravy, boiled potatoes, lingonberry jam, and pickled cucumber is really very different from the fake ones you might find. Another key part of the food culture is the smorgasbord, a traditional buffet that shows off the very best of Swedish cooking. It's a big spread of hot and cold dishes, from different kinds of herring and cured salmon to pâtés, cheeses, salads, and breads. It's a feast to be enjoyed in a certain order, and honestly, a social and fun event all on its own. Besides these traditional dishes, Sweden has a lively modern food scene and a very strong coffee culture. The tradition of fika is a much-loved part of what it means to be Swedish. It's simply a break for coffee and a pastry, but it means much more. It is a time to slow down, to chat with co-workers, friends or family. It is a feeling. And no fika is complete without a kanelbulle, a warm, sweet cinnamon bun. This daily routine, this pause for simple joy and connecting with others, is perhaps the most delicious way to show the Swedish way of life. To understand Sweden is to understand its people. At first encounter, Swedes can seem reserved, even a bit shy. They value their privacy and personal space, and the culture just doesn't encourage loud or effusive displays of emotion in public. This politeness and respect for others' tranquility can sometimes be mistaken for coldness, but it's actually a fundamental aspect of a society built on consensus and mutual consideration. Swedes are listeners more than talkers, observers who think before they speak. This quiet exterior, however, often conceals a genuine warmth and a dry, witty sense of humor. Once you engage with them, especially in a smaller group or one-on-one setting, their helpful and sincere nature quickly becomes apparent. The core values that underpin Swedish society are equality, or jämställdhet, and a profound sense of environmental responsibility. These are not just abstract ideals, they are principles that guide daily life, from the workplace to the home. The famous work-life balance is fiercely protected, with an emphasis on family, leisure, and time spent in nature. There is a collective belief in the importance of the common good, a willingness to contribute to a society that benefits everyone. Sweden today is also a celebration of diversity. For decades, it has been a haven for people from all over the world, and its cities are vibrant melting pots of different cultures, languages, and traditions. This has created a modern society that is both deeply rooted in its own heritage and open to the influences of the wider world. The Swedish people, in their quiet, deliberate way, have built one of the most stable, peaceful, and progressive societies on Earth. They are the architects of the harmony that one feels so palpably in this remarkable country. Traveling through Sweden is, honestly, a remarkably smooth experience thanks to the country's efficiency and the widespread use of English. However, a little local knowledge can make the journey even more seamless. For public transport, technology is your greatest ally. In Stockholm, the SL app is essential for planning routes and buying tickets for buses, trams, and the metro. For national train travel, the SJ app allows you to book, pay for, and display your tickets directly on your phone. Embracing these digital tools is key to navigating the country like a local. While most Swedes, especially the younger generations, speak fluent English, learning a few basic Swedish phrases like hedge, which means hello, and tack, which means thank you, is always appreciated and will be met with a warm smile. One of the most important practical tips for any visitor is to be prepared for a near cashless society. Credit and debit cards are accepted almost everywhere, from the smallest corner shop to a remote mountain lodge. In fact, many places no longer accept cash at all. Using a card or a mobile payment app is the standard, so make sure you have one ready. Perhaps the most crucial advice for any traveler to Sweden is to respect the weather. The climate can be unpredictable and can change rapidly, regardless of the season. The key is to dress in layers. A waterproof and windproof outer layer is essential, even in summer. In winter, thermal underwear, insulated jackets, warm hats, and gloves are not optional but necessary for comfort and safety. Always check the local weather forecast before heading out, especially if you are planning any activities in nature. By planning ahead and respecting these local customs, your journey through Sweden will be as peaceful as the country itself. Sweden's reputation for progress and innovation is built on a foundation of excellent education. The country's university system is renowned for its quality, its research output, and its uniquely collaborative approach to learning. Prestigious institutions like Uppsala University, founded in 1477, Lund University, and the KTH Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, attract students and researchers from all corners of the globe. For residents of the European Union, the tuition is often free or heavily subsidized, reflecting a societal belief that access to knowledge should not be limited by wealth. The atmosphere within a Swedish classroom or lecture hall is, honestly, quite different from that of many other countries. The hierarchy between professor and student is flattened. Open discussion, critical thinking, and group work are heavily emphasized over rote memorization. Students are encouraged to question, to challenge, and to collaborate. This informal, democratic approach fosters creativity and independent thought. The facilities that support this learning are world-class. Libraries are modern, light-filled spaces, laboratories are equipped with cutting-edge technology, and campuses are often green, peaceful environments conducive to study and reflection. Student life extends far beyond the classroom. It is vibrant and active, organized around student nations or unions that have centuries of tradition. These organizations run clubs, host cultural events, manage pubs and cafes, and provide a strong sense of community for both Swedish and international students. There is a strong emphasis on a healthy, balanced lifestyle with easy access to sports facilities and nature. To be a student in Sweden is to be part of a system that values not just academic achievement, but also personal growth, social responsibility, and global citizenship. Life in Sweden is lived in close harmony with the dramatic shifts of the seasons, and honestly, each time of year is marked by unique traditions and cherished festivals. The arrival of summer is celebrated with perhaps the most quintessentially Swedish festival of all, midsummer. On the longest day of the year, communities gather to raise a midsummerstång, a maypole decorated with flowers and birch leaves. People, often wearing crowns of wildflowers, dance around the pole to traditional folk music, sing songs, and feast on pickled herring, new potatoes, and strawberries. It is a joyous, slightly pagan celebration of light, life, and the brief, glorious Nordic summer. As the days shorten and darkness returns, the focus shifts indoors to warmth and light. The winter season is ushered in by the magical festival of St. Lucia on December 13th. In homes, schools, and workplaces across the country, a young woman chosen to portray Lucia leads a procession, wearing a white gown and a crown of burning candles. She is followed by attendants, all singing traditional songs. It is a beautiful and moving ceremony, a symbolic triumph of light over the winter darkness, creating a moment of serene beauty in the heart of the coldest season. This is followed by the cozy traditions of Christmas, with its festive markets, mulled wine, known as glögg, and ginger biscuits, or pepparkakor. These major festivals are complemented by a calendar full of other seasonal activities. In autumn, people forage for mushrooms and berries in the forests. In late winter and early spring, the sport love or sports holiday sees families flock to the mountains for skiing and other snow sports. The crayfish parties or kraftskivor of late summer are another beloved tradition, where friends gather under paper lanterns to eat copious amounts of crayfish. These rituals, tied so closely to the rhythm of the year, provide structure, community, and a deep connection to the nation's cultural heritage. After journeying through its cities and landscapes, after observing its culture and its people, one begins to understand that Sweden is more than just a beautiful destination. It is the physical manifestation of a philosophy. It is a way of life. There is a Swedish word, lagom, for which there is no direct English translation. It means not too much, not too little, just the right amount. This concept of balance, of moderation and appropriateness, seems to permeate every aspect of life here. It is a country where everything works with quiet efficiency, yet nothing feels rushed or frantic. Here, nature is not a luxury to be visited on vacation. It is an integral part of daily existence, a right and a responsibility for every citizen. The forests and lakes are the nation's backyard, a source of solace, recreation, and identity. This profound respect for the natural world is matched by a deep-seated belief in social justice and equality. It is a society that has made a conscious choice to prioritize the well-being of its people, creating a system that provides security and opportunity, allowing individuals the freedom to pursue a balanced and meaningful life. So why does Sweden stand out? It is because this is a nation that has achieved a rare and delicate equilibrium. It is a balance between modernity and tradition, between individualism and community, between technological innovation and the timeless rhythms of nature. It offers a vision of what a society can be when it is guided by principles of reason, respect, and a search for just the right amount. Whether you come seeking adventure in its wilderness, knowledge in its universities, or simply a moment of peace and quiet, Sweden will welcome you with open arms and, perhaps, leave you with a new perspective on how life can be lived. Our exploration of Sweden, this land of serene beauty and quiet innovation, now comes to a close. We have walked its clean city streets, wandered through its ancient forests, and tasted the simple, honest flavors of its cuisine. We have seen how a nation can build a future that is both technologically advanced and deeply connected to the natural world. Sweden offers a powerful lesson in balance in the art of lagom, reminding us that progress does not have to come at the cost of peace, and that a society is at its strongest when it cares for both its environment and its people. The quiet harmony we've witnessed is a testament to a culture that values cooperation, respect, and the well-being of the collective. From the ethereal dance of the Northern Lights to the simple, cherished ritual of a fika, Sweden's treasures are both grand and subtle. It is a country that invites you not just to see, but to feel, to breathe in the clean air, to listen to the silence of the forest, and to experience a different pace of life. We hope this journey has ignited your curiosity and given you a deeper appreciation for this remarkable corner of our world. The spirit of Sweden, its calm, its beauty, its thoughtful design for living, is something that can inspire us all, long after the journey has ended. Thank you for joining us on this discovery of Sweden. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to show your support, leave a comment with your thoughts or questions, and subscribe for more cultural and travel documentaries from around our incredible planet. Your engagement helps us continue to bring these stories to you. We look forward to sharing another adventure with you soon. See you in the next journey.